What a week I've had. It was traumatic. I did not have fun. There was no fun had this week. Make no mistake about it. Just when I thought it couldn't get worse, I forgot I didn't pay my rent. The best part is, they never seem to forget to remind me that I didn't pay my rent. And I haven't even gotten a haircut. I've been so busy out here living, trying to do all that I can to find my place in this world, and I hope that I can eventually. But I also know I may or may not ever. Yeah, life's fickle, isn't it? For you, for me. That's why I do late nights, because I love late nights. And thank you for joining me here at late nights, because it's not just what late nights is. It's not just that there's more to this life. There's more to your ideas. There's more to the people that we are. It's okay where we are, and I'm quite okay with that. Unless you're some people, then it's not okay where you are. Like Jeffrey Epstein, who's in the news. Surprise! Why is Jeffrey Epstein in the news? Why won't Jeffrey Epstein get out of the news? It's like a cold sore that won't go away. You just keep playing with it, entertaining it. Every time you drink something hot, it burns. You should go to the doctor for that. Get it checked out. I thought a lot this week. I thought a lot about where I am in life. Not just where the world is, because it's easy to get lost in all of it. It's pretty annoying. I'm sure you feel that way. I know I do. Some days our emotions get the best of us and make us want to literally rip the skin off of our face. I mean, it's so heavy. It's so much. The baggage gets so heavy. How do you do it? I'm going to lose it here, man. I'm fucking losing it. Deep breaths. But I learned something about myself and the darkness and the parts of me I don't understand. And I like doing this. I like doing this with you. And I like being able to make content that not everybody cares about. Because one day you fuckers are going to catch on. Nothing but love here. My love language is talking shit. And I can't help it that I'm like that. Because for the most part, I don't say how I feel. And I don't feel how I say it. And it's all very weird to me. It's strange. It's strange. Isn't it strange? I look around and I think, wow, the world is moving so fast. It is just unbelievable. So then I try to put on some music, drown it all out, and forget about my yesterdays and think about my tomorrows. In fact, if it wasn't for that way of thinking, I don't know that I'd make it to tomorrow. That's right. I deal with some pretty bad mental health shit. Things that don't go away. I don't have the perfect way to say it, and most days I feel like I can't even say it. I can't even admit that I'm struggling. But if you're struggling, just know it gets better if you want it to. Attitude is everything. Your attitude towards the people around you, your attitude towards yourself, your attitudes on the weekends. I see you out there drinking, boozing, pill popping, doing a little this, a little that, little extramarital things you probably shouldn't be getting into. You're not a bad person for doing the things you do. You're a bad person for thinking it's okay that you do fucked up things. And I thought long and hard, because I don't want to alienate my audience, but I thought, what do I want to say this weekend? What's important? All that's going on in the world, I mean, let's look at it. Let's face the facts. The world is flooding. We're melting day by day. I mean, historically, in history, we just had our shortest day ever. It was 1.25 milliseconds shorter than any day in history. Which is pretty short. But if we're in the bedroom, then it's honest work, right? I got problems that I can't help. It's who I am. And I was writing this episode for tonight's late night show, and I thought, well, what do we need to get across? What do we need to talk about? What's really important? Is it Jeffrey Epstein? Is it the fact that Texas just absolutely got eviscerated by floods without any notice or provocation? Where were we? What happened? I think of all these awful things going on. people being at each other's necks, work being an absolute disaster, just begging for a minute to get a break. I think a lot about the bad things. But truth be told, I think there's so many more good things. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. That's what I wanted to do. That's where we need to take this. Because America needs to know that there's more to this life. It's not just social media, likes, shares, posting about nothing and nowhere, going on your latest trips or doing whatever it is you do. Now, I'm not picking on you because, look, you should do what you love without anybody ever being able to change that about you. I think that's one of the best parts about life is you get to make the choice. But you ought to be ready to sleep in the bed you make. Which brings me to my first topic of the night, Jeffrey Epstein. Why is Jeffrey Epstein in the news? Why are we still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? What is Jeffrey Epstein doing in the news? Why do we like talking about sexual predators? People that have vindicated every part of society and exploited some of the best parts of the human essence. Why are we still talking about this guy? How are we still talking about this guy? I was watching Andrew Schultz, a famous comedian whom I love. He's like, America wants to know. Give us the truth. We know we're being lied to, and I agree. I agree. But why do we believe what we believe? Do we believe this is okay? Do we believe these things happened? How do we really feel? Do we even care? I personally don't care. I think anybody that's a predator, here's what I think. I think this is what you do with the predators. If you're a predator, I'm sorry, this is going to come out harsh. Maybe YouTube can put something on the screen that says, hey, look, beware. You're about to listen to something crazy. Take our predators down to the farm. And like a dog, you put them down. I said it. I said what we're all thinking. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. You cannot do anything worse to these people. They are the worst parts of what represents us. But there's more to us. I believe that. I believe there's much more to us. Much more than people arguing. Going back and forth. One Reddit tweet after the next. Even a subreddit here and there. Starting their own little tribe of leaders and followers and you're sheep. We're all sheep at the end of the day, but you have to decide what kind of sheep you want to be. Do you want to be a leader or do you want to be a follower? I like to do my own thing because I think it's important that we do our own thing. There's much more to life. And while the DOJ, like a dog, like I said, put them down, bye-bye, see you later. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. The DOJ says there's no evidence that supports a client list from Jeffrey Epstein. There is now talks of people who actually pulled the footage from the government website that says, hey, hold up, time out, right? Time out. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, some kind of dodgeball stuff. But we're not playing a game. This is our lives. People are playing games. A lot of people are playing games. I play games. I like games. I want to be in the game. Like EA Sports. It's in the game. But why are we playing games? Why are we like this? I don't know. I'm responsible for me. You're responsible for you. And you can't get caught up in some of this stuff because it's going to impact you. It's going to throw you a curveball that hits you in your head and you might not be able to get up. And if you're like me, you'll probably get a trophy at the end of your baseball season for the most amount of hits. Not with the bat, with the ball, to your face. But if you're the catcher, it's okay that the ball hits you. I like to think of myself as a pitcher. I like to pitch. I pitch ideas to people like you here at late nights, where hopefully one day I'll have my own show and I can do all this professionally and talk about the things I love and talk about how screwed up the world is. My truthful opinion, my utmost honest opinion about Jeffrey Epstein. Give it up. Give it up, America. Give it up. We do not need to entertain this. We do not need to entertain this anymore. This is unbelievable. It would behoove a person to think that it is acceptable to even think that this man was who he claimed to be. And after some smart tech whiz plugged in that raw footage into ChatGPT, we found out that it was modified. We found out the Jeffrey Epstein video was modified. I mean, congratulations. We figured it out. Some smarty pants that knows how to use ChatGPT used it to crack the code. We need to get that person a star. Oh yeah, because that person's a star. You figured out what we all know. You figured it out. We know. We always know. You know that gut feeling that you get when you're somewhere you don't belong or you're scared? Your nervous system starts firing. Pa-pow, 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 bing, 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 dun, 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 dun. Your nervous system knows when it doesn't belong somewhere. It's up to you to listen to it. It's like having a bad significant other. Are they cheating? Yeah, they probably are. Are they breaking up with you? Who knows? Are they going behind your back? You probably know. We have the facts. Whether you turn a blind eye to them and accept them are two different paths. We have the facts. And we can't entertain any more of this bureaucracy that the Trump administration is pumping out. It is pumping it like Chick-fil-A pumps the odor of Chick-fil-A sandwiches into the air. Makes you drive past and say, honey, you want to get Chick-fil-A? You're not even hungry. You just want to eat. It's so delicious. You probably just ate dinner and you're just like, God, I could really go for some Chick-fil-A right now. I could like really do that. Nobody's saving you. Nobody's saving you. It's up to you to make the decisions yourself in life. Independent decisions. And this week taught me a lot of that. I have all the facts and I don't like the facts. I don't like the facts. I don't like what I've learned about myself recently. I don't like it. I want it to go away. And I don't think it's a bad thing, and I don't want anyone to feel bad for me, but I don't like these things. And it's up to me to acknowledge them, have the awareness to know, the wherewithal to accept that I am what I wish I never was, and embrace what I am, because there's other parts. There's redeemable qualities in all of us. This week, Texas experienced some of the worst flooding ever. Global warming, I don't know. I've got zero facts to support my claims here. But I do know that one of the most catastrophic events that has taken place in our history in a little while, amongst many other things that are just absolutely abomination, and we can't avoid, claimed the lives of hundreds of people. And there's still hundreds of people missing. There's dive teams, there's dogs, there's people, masses, thousands. The best part of humanity has been shown to me this week. But it wasn't without provocation. It wasn't without being prompted to see the worst parts of who we are. And to accept that we are not all that we should be sometimes. It's those things, it's the peaks and valleys. It's the things that say, you know what? It's not good. You're not okay. And you're okay if you're not okay. You hear me? You hear what I'm saying? You're not okay. You're not okay. You picking up what I'm putting down? Put that in your bowl and smoke it. Go on with your bad self, because it's your life. I'm learning that there's two sides to every coin. Balance. Balance is what's going to show us the way. Not bureaucracy. Not blackmail. Right? Not adultery. Not addiction. Those are things that have to happen in this world. And I am so sad that that is something we have to come to grips with. Because it leads to maybe some of the best parts of whom we are. I feel terrible for what's going on in Texas. And I wish I had more control over the world. Because if it were my say, which I feel like it should be my say because it's my world. And I got main character energy. Fuck off, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we should be able to play our part a little bit better. A little bit wiser. And have some fun with it. Neighbors doing neighborly things. Speaking of neighbors, I learned that my neighbor I've been talking to about the weather for the last 2 years, he has a name. How cool is that? I won't share his name because now, ever since I learned his name, I can't stop saying his name. I'm not going to say his name, but I wanna. He's a nice guy. Now we talk about things other than the weather. I confided in somebody close to me recently about this. I said, I've got a neighbor. I like him, but there's an air to him. You know, when you're kind of intrigued by a person, you're not sure why, but there's something there. There's tension. You can cut it with a scuzzy skizzer, scuzzy. You can cut it. I said, every time I talk to this guy, we talk about the weather. I think he thinks that all I know to talk about is the weather. And one day I walked out of my house and I said, hey, how are you, neighbor? He said, well, the weather's good. Got it. Got it. I think I just short-circuited. It's like my barber. My barber only talks to me when he wants me to get a haircut. You know how he does that? He just likes something on my social media. The world is a fickle place to be. And this weekend, while you're watching this or wherever you're headed to, I hope you remember that. It's fickle. It's not perfect. It's kind of screwed up. But it's also beautiful in a lot of the ways that you would never believe it. And sometimes you have to be down. Sometimes you have to go through the worst parts of life to get to that. I didn't even put together a script this week. I could not hold back what is burning in my head and my heart. I had to ask myself, how am I doing up here? How am I doing down here? America, I want to know how you're doing up here.